Feelings, nothing more than feelings. Hey guys, we're going to talk about feelings today. Big surprise on this blog, right? It's important to know the difference between if we're thinking our feelings or feeling our feelings. Here is the difference. When we feel our feelings, we have a sensation in the body. We can feel where that tingling is, or the clenching, or the searing heat, or the anxiety and the vibration of it. Commonly what we do with our feelings is we actually think about them. We roll them around in our mind. We play the scenario over again that we like or don't like, and we get hooked on it, or our attention gets hooked into this hamster-like wheel thing going on in our mind. And that's the difference between feelings and emotions, is that feelings are sensations that you feel in your body. Emotions have a thought attached to the feeling, so that when that feeling gets triggered, so does the thought. And commonly what we do is mull around the thought instead of feel the feeling. In this work, it's critical to learn to feel the feeling again. And so we have to relearn to feel our feelings. When I was eating so much food I could barely breathe, and I was comatose, or watching so much TV, or sleeping so much that I really didn't have much of a life, I couldn't feel my feelings. I could think about them. I certainly was depressed. I certainly got angry, but I didn't know how to experience them. I just knew how to think about the scenarios. And thinking about those scenarios was torturous. It is torturous to think about our feelings over and over again, to have our emotions cycling through us. But here's what I want you to know about feelings, is that feelings are always pleasurable to feel when you're actually feeling the feeling. You're not thinking about the feeling, you're not thinking about the scenario, you're not running through it in your mind, you're actually feeling the sensations in your body. And one of my favorite examples of that is when someone dies. We finally give up and surrender that they're not here anymore. So there's something in our mind that lets go of running the story over and over again, and we just drop into our body. We feel the sorrow, we feel the rush of finally acknowledging how we feel, and it actually feels really good. It fills our body with feeling and sensation and aliveness, and after we get done with that feeling, we feel so open and alive. It's a pleasure. The actual feeling of it is a pleasure. So when you're doing these exercises, and as you're going about in your life, I want to encourage you to notice, are you feeling your feelings, or are you thinking about the story associated with the feeling? And that feeling fuels the thinking process. It gives fuel to the thought, and it can just drive us crazy. But when you truly feel the feeling and experience what you have been resisting experiencing, the thought goes away or loses a tremendous amount of its power. And when you fully get done feeling that feeling, that thought is gone. That impulse is gone. The compulsion is gone. My compulsive eating, there's many shades of compulsion, but most of the shades and angles about it are gone. I don't obsess about food. I don't think about it all day long. I only eat when I'm hungry, for the most part. I still pig out once in a while and eat too much, but there's a certain container to it now. It's not overtaking my life, and I'm still consistently losing weight. How do we relearn to feel? There's a couple methods that I have used myself. One of them that was critical in the early stages for me was to reawaken my body to actually feel sensations again, period, right? So I did what was called Dawn Yoga, which is a Korean form of yoga. And one of the things they do is have you tap, you'll tap your body, you tap your arms, and I can show you this in a different video. But you basically tap your body back to life, to where it starts to feel and tingle, and you can start to have mobility of your feelings again and sensations. Another way is I meditate with music, and I'll put headphones on, and I put the headphones on pretty loud, not to damage my hearing, but loud enough to kind of cut my thoughts out, and then I'll hear the music. I'll let the guitars or the bass or whatever it is about the song, some of the lyrics, experience them and move in my body and touch my heart or touch my stomach, or just feel alive and kind of embody the music so that my body knows what it's like again to feel something, and the outside stimulus is something that is stimulating, basically. And then eventually I learned to be able to move into thinking about or bringing up events in my life that were painful, and instead of mulling over the thoughts, I could just go into my body, feel the feeling where it was. It has a shape, it has a density, it has a texture to it in my body somewhere, and learn to breathe and breathe out that and experience that feeling, which is pleasurable once you feel it, and it leaves your body. And once you breathe out that feeling and have it leave your body, the thought that was attached to it leaves you also. So the more you can feel, the more pleasure you'll have, and the sooner you will stop having these torturous thoughts that are fueled by feelings keep rolling around in a hamster wheel-like fashion in your mind. The last tip is you can actually purely meditate on, let's say, your belly alone. And I know those of you who are overweight like I used to be, that's not something that seems pleasurable to think about. But again, if you close your eyes and you put your attention on your belly, you'll start to feel the energy that resides there. And that energy robs us of our vitality. It robs us of our intelligence. It robs us of our genius. So you'll notice that if you close your eyes and you feel into your body, eventually you will start to feel sensations in there, a tightness, an ache, a pain, a heat, a fire. And if you stay with it long enough and feel it and allow it existence to be, allow it to be there and give it acknowledgement and let it arise and feel and see how much it weighs, see what the texture of it is, see what the shape of it is. Eventually that feeling dissipates because you've had the experience that you've been resisting all along. Could be from a parental thing, it could be from a car accident, it could be from a breakup, anything. But if we resist our experiences, they stay with us until we experience them. So you can move very, very rapidly if you learn to feel your feelings instead of think about them. Make sense? I hope this helps, and I so am loving the interactions with you guys and the comments that you're making and the way I get to write you back. I'm so happy about that. Thank you. Thank you for sharing this blog. I love you all. I'll see you later. Difference between thinking our feelings and feeling our feelings.